About a week and a half ago, I bought this. It's a 1978 Sears SS 19.9 twin. So up until I saw this tractor, I had no clue that an SS 19.9 existed. The funny thing is, it also says GT 19.9 on the dash. I figured that might be a replacement dash, because my other GT 19.9 does not have any markings on the dash. I should also point out that the last 6 digits of the model number for the SS 19.9 differ from those of the GT 19.9. My GT 19.9 is 608501, whereas this is 608500. So there you guys have it, an actual SS 19.9 twin. Came with a 48-inch mower deck, which is over there in the bush. Another 39-inch single-stage snowblower with just a bent skid shoe and some cracks along the chute, but other than that, in good condition. I'll be using it this winter. It also came with a running 38-inch rototiller. Attaching the tiller to the tractor is yet another Sears electric 3-point hitch. I've just finished rebuilding the carburetor on this thing, so it should run. It was having troubles before. That's that. So we'll start at the front. It's got the 2 original Sears front tires. They look pretty good, no cracks, they hold their air. And check this out, a nose cone with 1 broken and 1 missing headlight that's also broken in 4 different places. It's broken here, and here, and here, and here. Add to that, the hinges are actually these hose clamps right here. They serve as hinges because the fiberglass hinge mounts broke out as well. So this nose cone is FUBAR pretty much. Under the hood looks pretty clean. This thing was garage stored most of its life. It has, of course, like all other 1978 GT 19.9 and SS 19.9 twins, the Onan N52M GA opposed twin engine. Pretty much the reason why this tractor is sitting in my yard right now. The carburetor was acting up when I bought this tractor, but I just finished taking that apart today, and so it should continue to run well. I am concerned, however, about a knock that this engine is making. Call me paranoid. I've been paranoid about a lot of noises coming from engines. Usually they just turn out to be valve ticks, but this one seems a little different to me. It's coming from cylinder number 2, that general area, so you'll hear more of that later on when I fire this thing up. The battery could stand to be replaced, but I've had that on the trickle charger for a while, so it should suffice for the purpose of demonstrating the tractor in this video. The dashboard is broken in 3 places. It's broken out around its mounts here. It's broken out where the choke is. Didn't even notice that until after I bought it because they did a pretty good job repairing it. And it's also broken just a tiny little crack on the other side. Overall though, a very good dash. Nothing like the one on my GT 19.9. Of course, the seat is not original. And it's a good seat except for this big tear along the back. That's a shame. But that could always be stitched up, really. It's a rather easy material to work with, even for someone like me, who is not very competent with needles. It's got an aftermarket gas gauge, definitely not the original, which would explain why it's in such good shape. And there you see the electric 3-point hitch back there as well. I think it's about time we fired this thing up and drove it around. So, as longtime viewers of my channel will know, I tend to get pretty paranoid about the noises my engines make. But over time, I've learned that, okay, well, that's just a valve ticking or whatever. It's no big deal. But this is unlike any noise I've heard before. And my fear is it's the beginning of a rod knock. Now, of course, perhaps my judgment is a little clouded. So, as always, I would very much appreciate it if the YouTube community and other people who watch my videos would weigh in on what sound is coming from that engine. Just to perhaps give me a little peace of mind, or dictate whether I should strip it down and use it for parts before it blows a hole in the side of its own block. So back to the tractor. Now, when I got this a couple of weeks ago, I spent $875 on it. It had carb problems, such that the engine would only run at mid-to-high throttle, and the tiller would barely run at all. So, after I got it home, I really kind of started to feel uncomfortable with it all. I thought, perhaps this is an impulse purchase. Perhaps I've bought something impulsively, because of course it has an Onan N52M engine in it, and I've been wanting to get a good one for a while. I could afford to buy it. It's not like I have any other expenses to be paid right now, and I'm working a steady full-time job. So still though, $875 out of pocket for a tractor like this, it's kind of unsettling. So far, now that I've rebuilt the carburetor and rebuilt the tiller's carburetor as well, things are looking up for this tractor. I'll eventually replace the nose cone with a functional one, which has working headlights as well, and perhaps maybe even use the tractor this winter with one of the 39-inch snowblowers. But still, that knock worries me. Until I get things settled on what exact noise that engine is making, I really don't know what the future of this tractor will be for the time being. Of course, the other GT 19.9 is still in pieces, and so is its engine. And I still plan on reassembling it. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with two 19.9 horsepower Sears tractors anyway, but at least if one goes sideways, whether that one just is too worn out to work, or whether this one throws its rod, I'll at least have a spare supply of parts for an engine that is exceptionally hard to find. So there it is. The YouTube community has finally seen my new SS 19.9 twin Sears. And I'll have more videos of this, whether it becomes a snowblowing tractor, or whether I decide to tear it down if that knock really is what I think it is. But for now, that's it. See you later.